My husband is leaving me for a younger woman, and all I can think about is the house decor. Oh.
What?
I, 34 female, married for 7 years to my husband, 41 male, together for 10. I love my husband and always thought he felt the same. We built a life together. 8 years ago, he had severe anxiety and couldn't sleep, so I would stay up with him, holding his hands and doing breathing exercises until he could finally rest.
Thanks very much. It was very kind of you.
I would go to work exhausted. I helped him find a therapist. I encouraged him to grow in his career, even though he was afraid. 6 years ago, I quit my job to take care of his mom who had cancer because he had the potential to earn more than me. While I was job hunting again, I got pregnant, and he suggested I stay home to take care of him and our daughter. So, I did. I cared for him, and I loved him.
I'm a good person.
In December, he got a promotion, which meant more hours. I gave birth to our daughter in March. I went through a phase where I felt horrible, fat and ugly, and it was just me and my baby at home. He barely talked to me, always said he was tired and that I wouldn't understand what he had to say.
It was weird.
If it wasn't for my mom staying on video calls with me, I think I would have felt completely abandoned. I've been suggesting couples therapy since June, and he kept saying everything was fine. Now I feel like I'm nothing more than a mother. I used to read, study, be interesting. I wasn't frustrated in that area, in the special area, frustrated or insecure back then. I used to have conversations about politics, music, books, art. I decorate our house myself with my own savings, and it's everything I've ever dreamed of. I love my house. The colors, the furniture, my kitchen. It took me years to make it exactly how I wanted. I have the garden I've always dreamed of, a vegetable patch I adore, and a hanging chair where I love to sit with my baby.
So cute. It's like too cute almost.
Last week, he came home later than usual, and I was happy to see him. I was in the living room playing with our daughters. He asked the older one to go to her room. He seemed like he'd been drinking and said,
I love you so much, but I don't want to be with you anymore.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He told me I wasn't the person he fell in love with anymore. Then he said he was in love with a girl from work, that she was everything he'd ever dreamed of, and that he needed to give himself the chance to live that love without guilt. Without guilt? I mean, unless he's a complete psychopath, it won't be that easy. He's just asking you to make the divorce easy for him.
You're such a coward.
And judging by how much you love that house, I'd take it. He cheated on me with a 22-year-old. Okay, let's just look up the age difference. 41, half his age. When I finally managed to speak, the only thing that came out was,
But what about my home decor?
wait, what? At some point, I picked up my baby and I started shouting things like, I put time into this house. I did everything it needed. This house is mine. I mean, it's really interesting that the one thing that you really, really care about here is the house. We argued because apparently I didn't value his suffering enough. His suffering.
I'm tired of suffering.
I don't know why I kept talking about the house. I guess I'm disposable. I'm 34 with a 4-month-old baby and a 4-year-old daughter. I don't have a job. I'm gonna lose my dream home. I feel ugly, fat, and he's told me he's not attracted to me anymore because I gained too much weight during my last pregnancy. Okay. Well, I mean, judging by how much you had to give up in order to support your husband, and judging by how much he's benefited from this marriage and keeping you at home to take care of the children and him, to the point where you literally have no life of your own, I would say that there's a pretty good chance you'll get that house, bestie.
Beauty fades, dumb is forever.
OP edited the post and said, I'm going to talk with his mom and brother about the divorce. I'm starting with them because they're close to me, and his brother went through a divorce over infidelity early last year. Also, his mom is very attached to me for obvious reasons. I was there for her during the worst part of her life, and his brother and I are very close. I texted my mom and she's coming here to stay with me and the girls. I hope she gets a visa to visit. My dad, who's American, will be coming to my state in 2 weeks. I talked to his brother about the affair and he's leaving. He told me to find a lawyer. The same thing you all said. I mean, yeah, for sure. If you want that house, bestie, you're gonna need a lawyer.
And I fully support that, Warner. You know that, right?
Now we're talking to a few lawyers today. I accepted the help because I have the girls with me, so it's hard to do everything alone. I actually think it's quite comical that, like, you didn't fight for the marriage, but the only thing that you want to fight for is the house. I actually feel like that's a pretty good deal. Just give me the house and go live guilt-free. Sounds like an easy price to pay for ruining someone's life. So a commenter said, yeah, so you wouldn't miss him, but just the house.
Don't go there, judgy judger.
Sounds about right. OOP responded, I'm gonna miss him so much. I love him and I gave so much of myself to him. I can't even describe to you how much it hurts to take a hit like this. It hurts so much I don't even think about how much I'll miss him. I think about how I dedicated so much time to all of this. He wanted a second daughter and she's here at 4 months old while he's with a new girl. I'm in pain and angry, so angry.
I'm always angry.
People in the comments are pointing out that her first reaction was worried about she was going to lose the house. I feel like that's kind of like a reaction to say, like, this is the one thing she had control over. Maybe there's some sort of weird trauma response here, or maybe she just knew it was over. Maybe there wasn't much left worth fighting for, you know? One spicy commenter added, so basically you put him on a pedestal and made him your god and served him, neglecting yourself and everything that made you who you are. Now you're crying about the damn house and how unfair of him to do this to you. Wasn't it unfair of you to abandon yourself for that man? If you abandoned you, why would he stick with you? And it's a waste of time giving advice here. You'll take him back in a second if he said, sorry, I made a mistake.
Oh, that's cold.
Okay, I think it's important to note that if she let herself go due to being pregnant, I wouldn't really constitute that as letting oneself go, okay? Takes time to lose the baby weight.
I'm eating for two!
Let's not shame women for, the very real and serious sacrifices of having children. You cannot want your wife to stay the same for her entire life. It is impossible, okay? Eventually, you gain weight, you get older. It's just a fact of life. It's inevitable. You can't just leave for a younger model. That's what you signed up for, in sickness and in health, until we grow old and ugly and fat. So I really don't like that argument. On the other side of things, she might have neglected yourself, but at the expense of him and his mother and his children. So while she's quitting her job and taking care of his sick mother and taking care of his children, what time is there left for her, I don't like that. And I think that we really need, that is a very old way of thinking. And I really think that we need to abandon that school of thought because so there is an update 1 week later. I'm writing this because I feel pathetic, tired, and I just want to skip to when this phase of my life is over. Oh, bestie. The one thing that I really wish that you had done, I don't care about the fact that you gained weight or whatever, or neglected the way that you look. I wish that you had something else to live for. I wish that you had, the hobbies that you used to have. I wish that you, maybe had a part-time job and had something else to live for other than your family and your husband. It just, yeah. If there's one piece of advice that I can give to women, it is to and it's also from my grandmother, by the way. My grandmother was a fiery, spicy Italian woman. And she always preached making sure that you had your own money and your own things to live for. As nice as it is to be taken care of, I think it's really important to, for not only your physical health, but your mental health, to have, other things to live for. Projects to work on. Hobbies that, add something to your life. I don't know if I will ever be someone that will neglect that part of me.
Preach, girl.
I mean, I don't know. I'm saying this now. We'll see. We'll see once some preggers. Contrary to popular belief, I am not pregnant. I just got a tummy, okay? I need to do a few sit-ups. Ain't no baby in there. I have my period right now, okay? Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to this and and feel differently in a few years, but that's genuinely how I feel. Back to the post. A brief summary of what happened this week, and I can't believe I loved this man.
We all make mistakes.
My brother-in-law is staying at my house until my family arrives, and my best friend visits me every day. On Monday, my brother-in-law asked my ex to leave the house, and strangely, he actually listened to his brother. It's interesting that your in-laws are on your side. I think that speaks volumes. So for anyone that's criticizing OP for letting herself go, let's not victim blame, okay? Even his own family isn't on his side. Why are you?
That's true.
Since then, he's only been tormenting me through messages. He wants an amicable divorce and keeps making proposals that only benefit him. You can be amicable, but give me that damn house, honey. I've been trying to stick to a routine because I have 2 children and they need stability, and apparently I'm the only one willing to provide that. Yesterday, he texted me saying he wanted to see the kids, and I agreed. He showed up and they were already asleep. I swore he wasn't going to come. He arrived here at 11 p.m. with a document wanting to talk about how he'd like to keep the house and pay me an additional amount for my share.
Oh, no way.
No. He's taking away literally everything that you hold dear. The least he can do is give you the house. Heads will roll, make him pay. Get a nice little spicy lawyer for yourself. I stared at him without saying anything. I asked him to leave because the kids were sleeping. My brother-in-law added that it wasn't the right time or place to discuss this and asked him to leave. I don't know what happened to him, but this doesn't seem like the man I married. He got an ego boost, dating someone half his age.
Ew.
He yelled at my brother-in-law saying he was betraying him, that he wanted to play house because his own marriage didn't work out. Then he yelled at me, calling me a lazy who wasn't gonna take his money. I mean, unfortunately, with regards to marriage, which is a contract that you signed, she entitled to that shit, especially because she gave up so much to be there for you, sir. He said this house was his and that his 22-year-old girlfriend Anne told him I was going to try and keep the house he bought. We didn't respond, and I just said he should leave because he was getting messy, and then he left. I don't know why he wants the house when he can afford to buy another one, and I don't understand how the person I married could try to trick me to come out ahead in the divorce.
Excellent.
I kept asking myself, if this is the man I married, he wants me gone. He wants the kids gone. He didn't ask about the girls, about his own daughters. He didn't see them or even ask to give them a goodnight kiss. To him and to Anne, we were just an obstacle, nothing more. I'm not even a person. I mean, you could be a person, but you can also be a person with a really scary lawyer.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Commenter 1 said the 22-year-old wants the house. Of course she does. Of course. Yeah, no, this isn't gonna fly. Honestly, like, this man made you give up literally everything. You supported him, you supported his family, you raised his children, you gave up parts of yourself for this man. And he wants to take away the one thing that you want. Yeah, if I were you, honey, I would not back down. Not in the slightest. Because I actually, like, if you have a good divorce lawyer, I actually think that you have quite a good case to get that house. I'm just saying.
Let's do it!
Your husband, or ex-husband, hopefully by now, is banking on the fact that you are so depleted, your confidence is absolutely shattered, you have literally nothing to live for, that you won't even fight him on it. But that is exactly why you should fight, bestie.
You gotta be kidding me!
He did update about a week ago.
Week ago.
And says, after a divorce, is there a right time to go on a date? I'm getting a divorce. We're filing the papers. He had someone else through the marriage, and we have a 6-month-old baby. A friend introduced me to her brother-in-law, and he asked me out. Oh.
Go on.
I thought about going because I never imagined anyone would be interested in a mom going through a divorce, just to talk and see what dating is like again. But I'm not sure if it's the right time. I mean, if it's gonna get your mind off of your divorce, like, why the hell not?
Do it.
Why the heck not? Oh, okay. Someone in the comments is like, if you have a 6-month-old baby and you're not divorced, don't date. Don't bring strange men around your baby. I mean, fair enough. Don't bring him around your baby, but like, I don't really see why you're separated, right? Like, hold your horses, okay? Hold your horses. Like, let's not like put the cart before the horses. It's a date, okay? She's not gonna bring the baby on the date. I hope not. Maybe she needs something nice in her life. Have you ever been through a divorce? I know people who've been through divorces and they nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
They drain the life out of you. So I actually support the idea of her going on a date, having a couple drinks, and having some fun, okay? You know, people are saying, oh, I waited 5 years. You know, I focused on my child and my divorce. And it's like, okay, like, you can do that. But also, like, she's not gonna marry the guy just yet. She's just going on a date. Honestly, the best way to get over someone is to date someone new. So, like, even if it doesn't lead anywhere, you're just like kind of getting out of that sort of negative downward spiral, and you're just like introducing some new energy. You know what I mean? So I don't see a downside, honestly. Just like be careful and protect your heart and go have fun and don't expect anything more. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. All right, we got some more piping hot divorce drama for you. I ain't done yet, honey. I locked my ex's side chick out of my house in the middle of winter. This story was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. This happened years ago, so the wounds are healed now, but it still feels like one of my wildest moments. At the time, I, 20 female, was married to a man, 26 male. Our marriage was coerced, basically. He pressured me into it as a way to prove my love.
It's bad. Real bad.
Huge red flag, I know. Yeah, do you? Okay, good. I was gonna say. After years of abandonment and abuse, I realized the only way out was to play his game. I studied a few therapeutic interviewing techniques, practiced daily, and eventually flipped them on him. My goal was simple: guide him into thinking divorce was his idea.
They have no idea what's about to go down.
One day during one of these sessions, I shifted into therapist mode and asked why he wouldn't let me go. To my shock, he admitted he'd been cheating. He said he told the other woman that our house, business, and cars were all his, and if I really loved him, I'd let him reel her in before leaving.
WTF?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, honey. Ain't gonna happen at all. I acted calm, thanked him for his honesty, and even gave him my blessings for his date, while secretly apartment hunting. We divorced, but the most dramatic moment of my life came before it was finalized. We had a toddler together, and when I lost my daycare provider, he convinced me to let his side chick babysit. Okay. Reluctantly, I agreed. On the third day, my son started crying, begging me not to go. After coaxing, he told me she locked him outside on the deck because he didn't want to come in. He cried while she laughed through the window. His dad told him not to tell me. Whoa. Okay, no.
Oh, hell no.
I reassured my son, found emergency childcare through a friend, then drove straight to my house. I pounded on the door like I had a search warrant. I'm sorry, that's really funny. Screaming for her to come out. She peeked through the blinds but wouldn't open. In my rage, I called 911 and calmly reported, "There's someone in my house I don't know." I swear, you're acting like a mama bear on a rampage right now, and I love to see it. The cops showed up. She tried to play the bitter ex-wife card, but when asked for proof of residence, she had nothing. Her address was listed for Section 8 housing. Meanwhile, I pulled mail out of the box with my name on it. That sealed it. The officer asked what I wanted done. I told him I wanted her out. No charges. I changed the keypad code, locked up, and watched as she walked away in the dead of winter near the Canadian border. Ooh, that's cold. Literally and figuratively.
It's frickin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
When my ex called, furious, I told him, now she knows what it feels like to be locked out in the cold. Petty? Absolutely. Justified? I think so. I actually think that's quite fair. I don't see a problem here. Do you?
Nope.
I feel like that's actually the bare minimum that you could have done. You could have done a lot worse to this person. Leaving a child out in the cold and refusing to let him in. Oh yeah, no, she could have gone to jail. You could have sued her for sure. All right, we got one more delicious divorce drama story. Say that 10 times fast. Am I the a-hole for cutting off the electricity to the house my ex still lives in after 18 months of freeloading and counting?
Here we go.
I, 30 female, was with my ex, 32 male, for years. I supported him through college, stood by him while he prepared for the police board exam, and we stayed together until he finally passed. We broke up 18 months ago. I thought passed meant like died. I didn't realize he meant pass the exams. We broke up 18 months ago, but he's still living in my house. For context, the deed of sale is in my name only. I bought and worked hard for all the properties I own. Meanwhile, he always used his paycheck on himself or his family. 8 times out of 10, he would ask for my help because, as he put it, my paycheck was bigger. When we broke up, I told him he could stay temporarily, but the deal was that once he got a new girlfriend, he needed to leave. I didn't want another girl in my home. I also work overseas, so I'm not even physically there. Well, guess what? Oh, no. You gave an inch. He took a mile, didn't he?
Typical.
Not only is he still there, but now his brother and his brother's girlfriend are living there too. They basically turned my house into a boarding house without my permission. Ooh, yeah. No. The audacity of this man. And let me guess, he can squat there now legally. So I went the legal route and filed ejectment and unlawful detainer. If the case pushes through, it could affect his job as a police officer. Oh yeah, he's a police officer. How embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed.
Maybe even get him suspended or removed. Instead of moving out, he's now demanding what's this? 700,000 P? What's P? Philippines. So OP's from the Philippines. Okay, noted. Claiming his work loans were invested in the house. This is a blatant lie. He never put a cent into my property. I even supported his family for years, and now his new girlfriend is posting vacations and gifts like she's living a luxury life off of him. It's interesting that this is like a if he wanted to, he would thing, you know?
I'm playing the villain, baby. Just like you want.
He never spent money on his wife. But now the minute that he has a girlfriend, which by the way means that he needs to move out, now suddenly he has all the money in the world to spend on his significant other. If he wanted to, he would, I'm just saying. So yesterday, I snapped and decided to play evil. I cut off the electricity to the house. It's under my name. Now he and his freeloading crew are furious, saying this is wrongful ejection under Philippine law and threatening to countersue me. But I've already served them official papers for the case. So am I the a-hole for cutting off the electricity to push him out when I've already given him 18 months free housing and legal papers?
Oh, hell no!
No. I would say that that's entirely justified. It's your house. What the fuck? How can he even be mad about that? He got 18 months of freeloading out of it. How embarrassing for him. Are you not embarrassed, sir? How are you not embarrassed? I'm embarrassed for you.
You must be so embarrassed!
We have a little update. The case has been filed. Court day is loading. And guess what? His sister, yes, the one I treated like family because I actually have a heart, reached out. Turns out Mr. Ungrateful is now in an abusive relationship. The girl literally threw hands at him at a family gathering. Why? Because they were arguing about me. My name living rent-free in their chaos. All hail the queen, right? Now the entire family can't stand her. Me, I don't give a f. I'm over here sipping my tea and enjoying the view. Because honestly, the audacity after I built up this man helped him feel like a man. He really thought he could come for everything I've established. Boy, sit down. Your karma's already serving you a full course meal and I'm just here for dessert.
Delicious.
Oh my goodness. Well, so are you the a-hole for cutting off the electricity to the house my ex still lives in after 18 months of freeloading and counting? I mean, no, like maybe you just forgot to pay the bills?